Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Galactic Mystic. I'm your host, Candace, and today we're going to be diving into the energy of this full moon in Aquarius that is happening this August 11th and 12th. Before we get into the collective tarot reading, I do just want to talk about the energy of this full moon, just so that you have a clear indication of what the planets above are radiating down to us human beings here on this earth, and how you can utilize the energy for the betterment, for your guidance, for your own healing purposes, and also just in connection to you understanding you and having a better sense of what you are internally going through. If this is your first time hearing me, hi, hello, my name is Candace, and I am the host of Galactic Mystic. Excuse me there. I am a feminine coach, and I am an energy-based practitioner as well as healer, intuitive, and your favorite alien friend. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this full moon in Aquarius. Now, this full moon is considered a supermoon, and this supermoon is creating a energy within you to push you forward and leave things from the past behind you. This is pushing you to move forward within your life, and this is also accelerating your life faster than what you may think. So this energy of the supermoon is happening for us this August 11th and 12th. This is going to be August 12th for those over in the European land. So this is going to be happening between 2:36 in the morning. And then if you are living in New York, this is going to be 9:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 11th, and then 6:36 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on August 11th for those who live near LA. As I mentioned before, this energy is really considered a supermoon because of the fast forwardness that this moon is radiating to us right now. And I like to really talk about the energy because if you know the energy of the Aquarius, the numerology that's associated with it, as well as anything else that's going on with the planets, you'll have a better picture, a better mindset about what is actually going on above, so that as you're going on to your day-to-day routine, you can already know and sense what is working for you, what's not working for you, and what the universe is really trying to push you forward with. Now, this energy, we have Saturn in Aquarius. We also have Uranus in Aquarius. And Saturn and Uranus is creating a square during this transit, which will be in chord aligned with the sun and the moon. Now, the sun is in Leo, which will be in 19 degrees, and the moon will be in Aquarius, which is also in 19 degrees. I also just want to point out that Saturn in Aquarius equals the past energy, past lessons, past ideals, past energy that doesn't fit with your current reality or that doesn't no longer fit within your new frequency. And then Uranus is the energy of Aquarius, is all about future stuff, all about what is to come, what is really making you feel like this is meant for me or this is what I want to do. It's allowing you to kind of have this facade energy, or I guess like a great bigger vision of what you want and see for yourself. I didn't mean to say facade, but I wanted to say facade because Uranus does have that rose-colored glasses indication of how it proceeds with things. So does Neptune. But with this indication, it really is talking about how much your visuals about your future is really being amplified through Uranus, which is in the zodiac sign of Aquarius during this transit. And getting back to the degrees, both the moon and the sun are in the same degrees, which is 19 degrees. 1 and 9 equal to a number 1, and number 1s are all about new beginnings, leaderships, your found truths, stepping up to the plate, opening new doors, or shifting into a new period. 1 and 9 also equal the energies of beginnings and endings. It also indicates there's a shift in play within the energy because, again, 1 is all about beginnings, 9s are all about closing and endings. And so when you add those together, it does equal out 10, but that reduces down to a 1, which brings us back to the energy of 1 and the energy of that. Now, in regards to the other planets that are radiating above us, we also have 6 planets that are in fixed signs. So if you have one of these zodiac signs as within your natal chart, which we all do, but more prevalent within your top six, I feel like your top six energies are going to be disrupted in some kind of way because this is dealing with the 4 6 signs. So the four fixed signs, are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Both the moon and Saturn will be in the sign of Aquarius. Uranus, as well as Mars, will be transitioning after this full moon into Taurus. And then we have the Sun and Venus in the zodiac sign of Leo. Now, fixed placements will probably be getting new shifts and happenings with their determination, their focus, their drive, their ambition, kind of having this energy of getting shit done or building something new with value. Now, I think it's very funny is because fixed signs are not really open to change and it can be very difficult and uncomfortable for them to kind of experience it. But I do believe that with these energies being in these planets specifically, it is pushing us with this full moon in Aquarius to really change this fixed sign specifically, change how things are happening within their reality. Again, the energies that this is possessing is really changing from one instance to something new, something that's brand spanking new that you have been envisioning, especially if you've been thinking about the new moon in Leo. We just had the Lionsgate portal. There's a lot of new energy being developed between us right now. And in that same week, we are having the Aquarius full moon. So, whatever you're trying to manifest, if there's something that is not in alignment to that manifestation, it is calling to you during this full moon in Aquarius to leave that behind in order for new shifting beginnings to happen within your life. Now, in regards to Aquarius, they do have the energy that governs community, creating new breakthroughs, having a higher consciousness, creating new inventions, and being a representative for the collective. Aquarius rules the 11th house, and the 11th house really is about soul family, soul contracts, uplifting, helping the collective, utilizing new inventions is very prevalent throughout the Aquarius energy. And one of the best things that I can say during this transit is to get comfortable getting uncomfortable. Aquarius requires change, and the changes in your life can be more flexible if you allow yourself without having such of that structure during this full moon in Aquarius. This full moon is really allowing you to try new things. It's allowing you to adapt new ideas, people, maybe items into your life. It can also allow you to be more open and tuned into source energy, your internal energy. And this ultimately will allow you to kind of shake up the energy depending on your inner voice. It depends on what you're already feeling and what you are wanting to connect to. Because if it's something that you're connecting to internally, it's going to require that it matches you also externally. So if you're allowing yourself to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and be more flexible, not so much a fixed of like not allowing the change, but really allowing the difficulty conversations or the difficult of setting boundaries or taking steps outside of your barrier. Whatever it is that you're doing, this change is going to happen regardless if you're ready or not. Old themes are pretty much being kicked out right now, and they're being shifted into new ideas, new embedded streams of consciousness, because your mind is becoming more open to certain possibilities that you are collectively dreaming about, envisioning about, setting your sights on desires. It really is saying, well, if you're streaming from this form of consciousness where you know your true self and your desires are out there, then what are the things that you need to let go in order for you to be in that energy? Aquarius is designed to find innovative solutions. It is literally geared towards on looking forward to the future and finding inspiration that can allow you to create these new things. There will be a sense of a long range of goals. You may have this visualization or this idea of wanting certain things in your life. And instead of you having these desires as unattainable, you're going to start really looking at them and saying, oh, no, they're a part of my frequency. And because they're a part of my frequency, they're part of my energy, then there's a bigger picture that I need to kind of reassess so that I can be more aligned to the outcome of that particular vision. And especially if this vision consists of you having more joy, more peace, more abundance, pleasure, acceptance, inner peace within you, love, whatever that means for you. If it's on that higher frequency spectrum, you're definitely going to be in that energy of allowing new things to come in and being more open to the uncomfortable to get comfortable. Now, I've talked about being flexible, right? So let's just talk about the shadow side of this moon, okay? Now, the shadow side of this transit is that you actually are going to be unflexible, that you would fear what the engaging of something new would be. It's like you're allowing the fear, the worry, the doubt, all those lower frequency energies to really overcome who you are and what you want, and that becomes more of the bigger picture rather than you allowing the change to happen. You also may not want to be involved in your own side of change. You may try to neglect it. You may also prevent a moment of change. Like, I feel like for those of you who would be in this energy of, I'm just going to not engage and hopefully just overpass and the change will come when it comes, I'm just going to let you know right now that that is you self-sabotaging yourself, and that is absolutely the opposite of what Aquarius stands for. Aquarius stands for you taking chances, of you doing things outside of the norms, having and embracing these new ideas, especially has something to do with your community or you, or even the collective in a sense. That higher consciousness mind is what Aquarius stands for. It is that crown chakra. It is that third eye energy. It is connecting to those energies and then creating and focusing and developing things from that aspect. So if you're not engaging into that and you're allowing yourself to stay within that hurdle of like, I don't want change and I would rather not, then yes, you are then now engaging into the shadow side of this transit, and you're kind of, unfortunately, I feel as if going to be left behind in regards to everyone else who's going to be elevating around you. Now, the last thing I would like to say about this energy before we start with your guys' tarot reading would be, pay attention to your own light. Pay attention to what's making you feel elevated and what's not. If it is not like making you feel good and not, if it's not helping you, but it's hindering you and you know it's hindering you, that's what you know you need to remove it. That's when you know you need to allow yourself to move in a different direction to get that inner light, that inner peace, and that inner love that you have been searching for. But you ultimately have to give it up to yourself first before you ask anyone else to help you. So that is going to be the energy of this Aquarius full moon transit. And now let's go ahead and dive into your guys' tarot reading. Okay, so the tarot deck that I'll be using today is the Muse Tarot deck. I will also be using a clarifier deck, and this is going to be the Golden Art Novaru Tarot as well. And let's go ahead and see what the cards are for this collective. Spirit Council, what message does this collective need to hear in regards to the Aquarius full moon? The first card that came out we have is the Three of Swords upright. Then we have the second card being the Knight of Pentacles upright. The Ace of Cups upright. The Page of Pentacles upright. The Seven of Cups in reverse is going underneath the Three of Swords. And I heard that's it for right now. We have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The last card that came out is the World, so that's beautiful. I wish you guys could really see the World card right now, because the way that the world card is on is that it's a female body and she has wings, but where her head is, like her eyes and her third eye, is being covered with a world literally right in front of her face. And there's a lot of purple, which is the color of Aquarius. I think that's very funny that we have that here. So it really does seem like that third eye, as I was saying earlier, is really prevalent. You really tapping into that third eye, that visions, that inner knowing, that inner guidance that's really showing you what your true potential is, what you want, your desires, especially since this is the last card. This card is also the last card in the major arcana. So again, it just seems very prevalent for whoever is listening here. Your energy says a lot about where you are started, but where you could be. And especially since I'm thinking about 6 months from now, 6 months from now will be the beginning of the month, or the beginning of the year, excuse me. That would be Aquarius season. So when we're in Aquarius season, we'll have the full moon in Leo, and you'll be able to see how the differences was from the new moon in Leo, what came into your reality since then. So I do feel like this energy is about 6 months of you working on yourself and really putting in the energy, especially since the first card that came out is the Three of Swords upright. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and then the Page of Pentacles, excuse me. So let's go ahead and dive into the first set of cards here. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Three of Swords. Your energy right now, for those of you, there's a lot of mental anguish that you're trying to understand, especially with the Seven of Cups in reverse. There's a lot of things that were lies, hidden truths, delusions I just heard as well, like narcissism, like you kind of understanding a lot of things you were told or being said to you were not in relation to you at all, or they were just there to control you in some capacity. I just heard something about with someone's money, so that also may be a thing for you. Looking at this card, there's a door, and there's a naked woman in front of the door, and there's like three lights or three beams coming out from between her feet, but the light beams are showing a face up top that has like dark eyes that are crying. And when I see this card every single time, it really is like a testament of how much people really don't say to other people, how much they are emotionally pained, how much they are going through it behind closed doors, how much they don't know how to really say or ask for help because it's probably really frowned upon in their own religion or their own ethnicity or even in their family dynamic. Getting heavy Latina, Afro-Latina, Native American, African American, and getting heavy on those wounds. I'm looking at her eyes, and her eyes are very mesmerizing, but they're also sad. So I definitely feel like a lot of generational curses, are you just understanding certain things, are coming to a tend, especially again with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is usually about all these illusions that someone was giving you. There was a lot of emotional things, and some of those emotional things were not things that you really needed, but they were there and they were provided to you. And so with this being in reverse, it's not that you're accepting them, you're realizing that it's a lie. You're realizing that they were not here for your highest and greatest, good. They weren't, they're not meant to be staying in your reality, especially since this is in reverse. And also with the bottom of the deck being the Eight of Cups, this just also tells how much you are walking away from a lot of things that you may not know how to really walk away from, but you're ready to walk away from them. Yeah, you're ready to walk away from a lot of emotional pain and baggage, but I feel like there's a sense of hesitation. I feel like some of you guys are not really sure how you can do that or how long it's going to take, and that's what's preventing you from actually taking the first step. And the first step is everything. The first step is everything. You have to be able to go the long haul for you. And I'm saying this, I'm putting on my coach now. I'm putting on my feminine coach statement here because I'm feeling a lot of the feminine energy within whoever is listening to this is really calling out for help. And I want to say this to those who need to hear it, that if you're needing help, you need to ask for help. I know you don't feel like people understand or won't get it, but no one will unless you say something. And if you know that the people around you aren't really going to help you in a way that you are desiring them to, then find someone that can, find someone that will, find a therapist, find a feminine coach like me, or someone that will help you tap into your emotions, someone who's going to help you realize what your blockages are and help heal those things. But regardless if you're not finding a coach or you're not a therapist or something like that, the Knight of Pentacles is the card that literally says this is a long term ride. It's not something that you can just get in an instant, as far as like getting it done and wanting to be healed and wanting to move forward in your life. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of all of the knights in the tarot deck. It's the knight that really tends to their foundation. It tends to that garden. It is looking at it and providing everything that it needs and allowing that growth to be grown. And taking strides in that and being confident, because on this card there is a horse, there is all this orange in the background, which tells me a lot to do with your sacral chakra, you healing your desires and understanding that your desires are that they're your desires. And if you really want your desires, however they look, doesn't matter if it's sexual, if it doesn't matter if it's career wise, it doesn't matter if it's just you wanting to have a soul family, that is still a desire. And this desire is what's keeping you motivated to move forward, especially with this horse. Horses are really great for that spiritual meaning of confidence, going for it, belief, stride, pride, connecting of self as well. And the other color that's really prominent on this card is green. There's green grass laying out about 1/4 of a card. And then we also have like this green sun, but it's shaped like a plant, but it looks like a sun. And that's taking the majority of background, and that's green. So to me, I'm looking at this as a color situation. Your heart chakra is really important for you to heal. Through this healing process that you're like, if you're taking yourself from the Three of Swords and saying I'm done and you're really going to move forward in your life, then this Knight of Pentacles is really saying that the long haul is what you need to understand. The long haul of you staying confident within self and believing in self, of healing your heart chakra, of allowing your desires to really come out. This is how you continue on with your healing process. And that honestly leads me to card number 3, which is the Ace of Cups. This is a new self-love. This is a new found of you. This is a new sound of how you want to be emotionally connected. And it's allowing you to also understand that your voice is prominent. You are important. Your vulnerability is what's needed. Your compassion towards self and others is what's going to be required of you in order for you to have this new set found of self-love. This card is centered around this woman that is purple. The outside of her is blue. So this energy again of tapping into that third eye, tapping into this Aquarius energy of really understanding it's you that's being innovated. It is you that can be reestablished and reconfirmed and redeveloped the way that you want. Especially how she's coming out of the water. It's like she's coming from a deep end and she's kind of, rising up to the top, like rising up to the surface to finally get a breath of fresh air. Like, I wish you guys could see these cards, because the card literally looks like Ariel. If you think about it, she's covered in different fish, flowers, as well as starfish. And she's coming out from the bottom of the ocean to the top where you see the horizon. You see the sun on the outside. So there is this sense of like, finally, I can finally start to look at myself, and I can start to really heal myself. I can start to really move in a different direction. I can start to really be happy and being in that direction, and happy that I'm in that placement. And moving on to card number 4, with this being the Page of Pentacles, this is you looking at yourself differently. She's covered in this card in roses. In roses. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're a fucking beautiful individual that requires you to focus on you for a little bit. Like it's okay to let go of people, especially with this full moon. Full moons are all about releasing. Yes, you can manifest, but the energy right now for this collective is a lot of you guys really need to release the things that are just not in alignment to you and really focus on yourself and believe that and know that you are a rose, you are delicate, you are beautiful, you are different, you are colorful, you are strong, you are fluid, you are love. You deserve love, true acceptance, love. And honestly, I feel like that's what your guys' new world is. Your new world that you're manifesting, probably during this new moon in Leo and the Lionsgate portal, is that you guys are probably really looking into your life and saying, I deserve all these new things. And the new thing that I really want with myself is just love me. I want soul family connections. I want people that are actually going to be there. Again, this sense of community with this Aquarius energy is really heavy with, again, Aquarius ruling the 11th house of community. There is this huge sense that you're wanting to be around people that are healed, that realize their own faults, that have been focusing on themselves, that have been manifesting the life that they want, that have been really in tune to their world, the way that they want to see their world. And so, again, there's this beautiful sense about how you connecting to this energy is what's going to help you become more aligned to this specific energy for yourself. Before I do continue on, I do just want to quickly just talk about the bottom of the deck, though. We do have the 8 of Cups upright. Then underneath that, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And then we also have, wow, the 10 of Swords in reverse and then the Devil card in reverse. And then underneath the Devil is the 9 of Voices. So out of this 9 of Voices, which is the 9 of Swords, you're coming out of this space of anxiety, the things that have kept you up at night. The Devil in reverse indicates that you are finally cutting loose ties of those codependency, people, situations, whatever that was keeping you, you are finally saying enough is enough and you're cutting those ties. With that being with the 10 of Swords, you are finally realizing that it's up to you to finally close out these chapters and allow yourself to mentally know that what you have gone through has allowed you to understand these things, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay in it or take this type of disrespect or energy that's not aligned to you anymore. Okay, this is allowing you to really understand things for what it really is with the 4 cups in reverse. It's not like you're not ignoring it anymore emotionally. You're not trying to dismiss what was right in front of your face. You're finally realizing that yes, it is wrong, it's not meant for me, and that's where the 8 of Cups comes in, where you're finally walking away from these things. So that's really beautiful already. I do want to quickly continue to shuffle the cards and see if I can get 1 or 2 remaining, and then we'll use the other tarot deck here. We have the Knight of Cups. So you have 2 knights here, and there I said that, and then the Knight of Swords is right up top, which I think is very funny. I'm gonna take that out because I feel like that's for someone. So that's 2 knights. Technically 3 nights that you guys had in this reading so far. Okay, I heard one more. Okay. Bottom of that deck, we have the 6 of Materials, which to me is, well, it's the 6 of Pentacles, but when I see this, it's whatever you're putting into your foundation is what you're going to get back. What you put into you is what you're going to get back. Your foundation is you. Your new leveling up or releasing is you. And I wish you could see this card because it's duality at its finest. It's 2 women staring at each other with a flower in between them, and they're covered in red and pink roses. So it's like whatever, again, you are tapping into your own energies, what the other side of you is also getting. So the more you are healing yourself in this aspect, the more, or I guess the more energy you're bringing to yourself, the more you're getting back in return. Now, in relation to that, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Four of Swords upright. When I see the Knight of Cups, it says Knight of Emotions, but it's the Knight of Cups. There is a shell behind this horse. And when I think about this shell, it reminds me of Piscean energy, which is ruled, this card is ruled by Pisces. Pisces has this tendency to kind of be in their own shell, deep bedded within, and not necessarily know what next step they need to do or want to do. So it's hard for them to kind of understand how to get out of their own emotional shit. But it's through their own perseverance, it's through their own realization of their own worth, and putting their own emotions up front that actually allows them to kind of get outside of that darkness from the inside of the shell and really be able to walk out high, their head held up high within this notion of that darkness. So the Knight of Cups is, usually you'll see a knight holding a cup. To me, I feel like this is you holding your own cup. This is you holding your own cup and saying, I'm focusing on my own emotional well-being right now. And the more I'm doing that, the more I'm going into the energy of the Knight of Swords, which is you receiving downloads, you getting the messages, you seeing the synchronicities, you connecting to the universe is connecting to you. You're having a more connective ideologically, I can't say that, you get what I'm saying, that word. You're having a better connection to that, especially with this being in the Aquarius energy too, which I think is very funny. This is an air sign, right? Again, air is Aquarius. Aquarius rules, community. It rules inventions, new ideas, these thoughts, these indications that something new is brewing, right? So this energy of the Aquarius, full moon is really pushing you to really focus on yourself, focus on your own cup, allow your ideals and downloads and visions really amplify you to move forward, because you seeing a different version of yourself is how you're going to really allow that new vision to kind of set in so that you can work towards that. And I love the fact that the last card is actually the Four of Voices, because this is just saying that you need to rest, baby. You're going to be going through a lot of emotional changes and a lot of emotional up and downs. And the more you are allowing your body, your physical vessel, to rest and catch up to your mind, to catch up to your emotions, to catch up to your spiritual energy, right? You'll be able to have a better indication of like, this is what I need to do. I feel better. I've rested. I've taken care of myself physically. And now I have the capacity to emotionally tackle what I need to tackle, as well as mentally connect to those things I want to tackle. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into this next deck. This is the Dreamscape Oracle deck. And let's see what additional information my soul family has for you. Wow. Okay. You guys, whoever you are heavily being contacted through birds, through your dreams, through kind of like this inner knowledge and also bravery. The three cards that came out that were birds were a harpy eagle, a white owl, and a raven. These are such beautiful energies to really be come out for you, because to me, when I see these two energies or these three different birds, it's so many different ways of communication that the universe is talking to you. They're talking to you during the day with the raven. They're talking to you at night with the white owl. They're talking to you constantly through different dimensions and frequencies, inklings, downloads, things like that through the harpy eagle. You are probably seeing a lot of energies in regards to you understanding more about the universe too. I just got that with all the cards. They all indicate something with the universe, or there's stars behind them. So again, this dreamscape, literally the dream ideal of you connecting that way. I'm also getting that some of you guys are going to be learning more about your spirituality, about more your natal chart. And that's going to help you kind of push through with understanding the reason why you had to deal with certain things, but also just help you understand how you can communicate or learn more about your own energy. Now, I do just want to talk about each eagle or each bird for you, just so that you have a better understanding. So the heartbeat eagle is the dreamscape oracle, is considered the feminine of the American variety. This eagle is a sign that you need to change something within your life. They also represent strength and not at all any of your weaknesses. And what I love about the heartbeat eagle is that it comes to you in your visions, in your sleep, even in your waking days, as I mentioned earlier. I definitely have to say that when this card pulls up, it definitely says that it requires you to look at your life and see what is not currently balanced for me and how I can actually change that for the betterment. What do I need to do in order for me to get through this tough time and allow me to reassess my life and adjust accordingly so that I can allow myself to be in alignment to the things that I want. The white owl is a very beautiful energy because white just symbolizes purity and usefulness. And then the white owl in its sense, in its sense, um, is all about knowledge, wisdom, having exceptional insight. Also kind of like foresight. You kind of just kind of know, it's that inner knowing energy. And this is a card that really just says this is about a message. Owls are normally known as messengers. And so when this card really does come out in any of my readings for you guys or for my clients, this really just tells me that there's something here that the universe really wants to communicate to you so that you are understanding about your current energy and what will need in order for you to move forward in the life that you are requiring. Now, ravens, they are a very cunning and intelligent creature that gets a very bad rep in regards to what they are and who they are because of society. But they're very a beautiful bird that really provides a vital shift when within our life. If you see a raven, you kind of just already know that they are here to deliver some type of message for you, especially back in the day. And I'm saying back in the day, literally back in the day where you can see like all those, medieval times, they used birds as forms of communicators to other realms or to other places that were far, far away. And so this is just a great time to not only honor your ancestors in that instance when it comes to long ago civilizations, but also just like honoring your own situation, allowing yourself to really see things differently and be in connection to that, because that's what how you'll allow yourself to align to the things that you are again wanting entering your life. Now, the other cards that came out, we have spring, and then we also have the gift. Now, spring is all about you going into a new season with a new frame of mind. And I love that we're in the last season or the last month of summer, and we're going to be entering fall with September. And so this is just a great energy of just really saying like we're entering a new phase. You're entering in a new phase. So as you're entering this new phase, what new things do you want to grow? What old things do you want to let go? And becoming more in alignment to that. Now, the gift is it's a very complicated story, but a story that really says something about how we have this gift of kind of having this inner knowing, this inner guidance, right? That's the feminine energy. But the gift can be something that people really don't want to utilize for themselves because they really don't know what it means to utilize this gift. Meaning they see and know, but they would rather ignore and be in the same place rather than them listening to their inner voice telling them that this isn't right or this isn't going to work out. So the gift is really saying, like, you hear these voices, you hear what the next direction is. Are you listening and taking this gift as a beautiful opportunity for you to move forward, or are you seeing it as a detriment and therefore you will not allow yourself to move forward in that sense? The last card that came out is, or the bottom of the deck of this card is balance. She's covered in purple throughout her entire outfit. It's in different hues of purple, but again, this purple energy of Aquarius, and that's Aquarius's color is purple. This really again tells me about you having that inner balance to not only understand your reality, the 3D stuff, but then also understanding that innovative, higher consciousness energy within you. And what is, if there's something again that's not balancing that out, that's not helping you stay focused and keeping you on the path, then what within those two aspects do you need to remove or heal or get a better ideal about in order for you to become more balanced? Next, we're going to dive into my oracle deck, the Intuitive Luna, and we're going to see what energies this full moon with this moon deck, what you need to really hear. Wow, the first one that came out, there's two cards. It is blockages, money, and then we have take actionable steps. Funny how I talked about that today on live on Instagram, because taking actionable steps towards the things you know you want requires you to do these steps. And if this is absolutely regards to your finances, then you need to take actionable steps about how you can change your viewpoint, your mindset, the emotional connection you have with money in a different way. We also have Cancer Moon, and I feel like with Cancer Moon as well as Capricorn Moon, that's very funny. Cancer and Capricorn are the opposite signs. They're sister signs, and we just had the full moon in Capricorn and a new moon in Cancer. I feel like with the new moon in Cancer, you guys got a lot of this energy about what you need to hone in and fix and heal. And the Capricorn moon is allowing you to really do those things, but you have to be strong-willed in doing it. I'm also getting that some of you guys had your realizations around the new moon in Cancer, and then you had another realization in the full moon in Capricorn. Wow, bottom of the deck, it says last quarter moon, let go and energy clearing. Yeah, there's something here where you learned about between these two moons, the new moon and full moon in July. There's something here where you learned about something and you need to let that go. Okay. I just heard it would help you heal faster. Wow. The card that flew out is manifesting healing. Yeah, it will help you heal faster. Like I said, it's going to help you heal faster. I don't know what you learned during this time, but you holding on to it is not doing anything good, especially since it's been a month now since our last full moon. So if it's been a full month, there's passive energy that you've had experience in order for you to have that clarity about what you need to let go and what you need to, be in alignment to. Kind of going back to that balance card, what's feeling good, what's not. Wow, you guys also got the full moon release. Wow. We also have blockages, spirituality, intuition. Some of you guys may not feel it like you're connected to your higher self. I think there's going to be a requirement for you to just actually sit down and give yourself that time to connect. Some of you guys may be trying to rush the ability to connect to yourself, like, oh, I'll just do like a 10-minute meditation, or maybe I'll just, I don't want to look into spirituality right now. Like, I know I need to tap in, but I don't want to do it because it takes too much time and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like you're ignoring what you know you need to do. Like, you need to sit down and meditate. You need to sit down and journal. You need to sit down and kind of connect to your ancestors. But there seems to be this hesitation where you don't want to, or you're not making enough time. So then you're feeling like everything else is not in alignment for you, or you're feeling blocked in regards to, is this sign for me? Did I need to see this dragonfly? Like, Like how you are utilizing the universe to give you these signs. if you're not really connecting to yourself, then how would you be able to know if that was for you or not? Especially if you're not connecting to your higher self or to you, your feminine, while you're meditating or doing some form of meditation. We also have water, so make sure you're getting plenty of fluids. Make sure you're drinking water, family. It is meant for you to be hydrated. Okay, that was a lot of cards. I heard 2 more cards though. Okay, we need 1 more card. Okay. Okay, I heard that's it. Bottom of the deck, we do have Pisces. It's a Pisces moon. All I heard with the Pisces moon is dream big and dream hard. Pisces, I'll say this, whenever the moon is in Pisces, it seems that the moon will allow me to really see different versions of myself, so different dimensions or different frequencies of Candace. And or I have very vivid dreams about like certain artists or celebrities or something where it's a cult. Pisces in themselves is the 12th house. They are more connected to the universe because of that aspect. And so maybe as soon as this full moon is done, which will be happening the moon in Pisces, maybe right after you'll be experiencing some really intense dreams. So pay attention to that. You may really need to really have a better sense of what you're dreaming. So if you're really are trying to connect to your dreams a little bit, maybe make sure that you're not, smoking heavy weed or drinking alcohol around that time, especially if you're trying to connect to your dreams. If you're trying to astral travel and really be in that alignment, that will really help you a lot as well. So that would help. Oh, I think it's very funny that underneath the Pisces, underneath the Pisces moon, we have Aquarius moon. Okay. And then underneath that, we have let go and energy clearing again. Underneath that is the waning crescent surrender. So again, there's something about you going back to last month, whatever it was, really allow yourself to heal and release it, because you are manifesting healing, but it's a matter of how much are you willing to allow that healing process to come about. Drink more water, heal your blockages about love, because that was the last card that came out. So money and love are big 2 themes here that you are blocking, as well as your spirituality, intuition. So again, going back into diving into that journaling or meditation or just asking for clarity. Or again, if you're in a relationship and you're realizing that the relationship is not working out, then this is where you are. Wow, I apologize if you saw that kid. Oh my goodness. Children. Sorry, y'all. The love aspect for sure is definitely being asked of you to really change, let go. As I mentioned earlier in this episode about the Aquarius energy, change is what's really being asked of you right now, because there's a lot that you want into your reality. And if you want this into reality, you have to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable, finding out your triggers and then healing those said triggers so they don't bother you anymore. The last oracle deck we're going to use, oh, excuse me, my book's dropped. The last oracle deck we're going to use is the astrology deck. And I'm not sure what we're going to get here, but let's just see what last messages my spiritual council has for you. Okay. All right. Spiritual Council, what is the message for this collective in regards to the full moon in Aquarius? The first card that came out is lunar eclipse, change. Again, I literally just spoke about change, y'all. This card has all the moon phases on there, the 8 phases. So change. And the card that came out with it is Leo energy. So I feel like for some of you guys, you may have probably experienced a lot of changes in the new moon in Leo, or since you've been in this energy of Leo, season, there has been probably a lot of changes happening for you. Allow these changes to happen, allow these changes to grow and develop within you. Again, this is not a punishment, it is not happening, to you, it's happening for you. This is change that is inevitable. This is the change that requires you to be strong. Yeah, the bottom of the deck is Mars. It's going to require you to have more force, to have more alignment. Not even kidding you, this card is the number 5. So again, change. There's something about a lot of change and allowing movement and allowing yourself to move in the direction you want to go into. Especially now that I'm looking at the Leo card, there's a lot of Egyptian culture, but it's 2 lions. There's the lions portal that I'm seeing as well. There's a lot of change here. If you're allowing this change in, you can absolutely see how these things can help you in the long term. I'm also getting Leo, Sun, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Chiron, Vortex, Pluto, South Node, 1st, 7th, 10th, 11th, and 12th house. Then we have Virgo, Moon, Rising, Mercury, South Node, Pluto, 7th and 8th house. That's all I'm getting for Virgo. The other card that came out is 11th house, which is Aquarian energy. So friends, community, like I mentioned at the earlier this podcast episode, this tarot reading for you guys. Friends and new development is really coming out for you guys. Oh, sorry if that was really loud in your ear. We also have messages. We have a lot of 9s. 999. We have a lot of 9s on here. We have 7 for the lunar eclipse card. We have 8 for Leo, which I think is also very beautiful. We have 9 for Virgo. We have another 8 underneath the 11th house card. And we have another 9 with this 3rd house messages. There's a lot of change, really, and information being displayed between you. A lot of inklings and downloads are really being heavy. Some of you guys, Egyptian culture is really important because this is the 2nd card now that has Egyptian culture in it. And as I look at the bottom of the deck, we do have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is heavy on the culture, philosophy, wisdom, spirituality, really tapping into that. So that's a very beautiful energy, just looking at the bottom of the deck before I continue to shuffle. So messages may be very prevalent for you as well. Then we also have, I was just told not that card. The card that came out is Saturn Truth. I heard balance is key with that, especially since the number on this card is a number 6. It kind of makes me look at the other deck that had the 6 of Pentacles, where I mentioned that what you give in is what you give back. And I feel like that same is energy with Saturn. You know, the more you allow the truth in, the more you're going to feel the truth coming out. You're not going to feel stuck or stagnant, or that, you know, you're being fed a lie so that you get more lies, you know. Wow, I really do apologize if you guys hear these random kids yelling, but I do live in an apartment complex and it is not even 6 o'clock at night. So I apologize if you hear it. We also now have Mercury, which is the number 3. Mercury rules both Virgo as well as Gemini, so that may be very prevalent for some of you guys. I just heard watch your mouth for the Mercury. I heard, you know that Nicki Minaj TikTok where she says something about like, but watch your mouth. I'm getting that. I'm also getting, shh, don't say that. I'm also getting like, check your email and don't respond to text messages, especially if someone's baiting you. Ooh, and I just got heavy on the mother wounds on that one, because at the bottom of the deck we have 4th house, which is roots. On this card it literally shows like baby feet, so literally I feel like maybe some of you guys may be tested by your moms. Don't respond, don't interact especially if she's one of the people that you're cutting off or that you're trying to display some stronger boundaries. Vocalizing that's probably going to be really important as well, since we do have Mercury here. So vocalizing and speaking your truth, being firm, communicating that, right, is really prevalent. And then we also have underneath the fourth house, it's 2 and 8. That equals 10, which equals a number 1. And a number 1 is also the number for this numerology of this full moon in Aquarius. Then we have Venus love, which is number 4. All I heard is loving on you is how you get over certain things. Bottom of the deck is the Grand Cross provoker. So I do feel like that the more you guys are loving on yourself, the less this provoker energy won't have a bigger standpoint in your reality or how you respond to things, because you're coming from a place of it really doesn't matter. You know, you can provoke me all you want, but I'm not going to change who I am to make you happy. Like, I'm falling in love with me again. I'm choosing me. I'm not choosing you this time. And not allowing that provokingness to really be developed. The card on here is number 47. That equals out to 11. 11 equals out to 2. So that just that balance energy of you taking back control, loving on yourself, being more, you know, on top of how you're feeling and how other people are making you feel is really important. I heard we're going to have one more card and this is it. Okay, bottom of the deck, we ended up again with Provoker. The last 3 cards that came out is Sun, which is the number 1. We have Libra, which is the number 19. And then we also have the second house, which is 26. For those of you who have Libra in the second house, there's going to be a change in your finances. These are things that are going to be in relation to partnerships, like you working with partnerships. Are you finding clients or clients finding you? There's going to be a huge shift and change in that aspect. I'm also hearing for the flip side of that is that if you do not have a good relationship with money, it's going to require that you utilize this time for change to allow you understanding your money blocks, for you to have a better connection with money, understanding that money is just a fiction of our reality, and that money is something that does not dictate you, but you could have a healthier relationship with money. I also just want to say the shadow side of Libra is you finding yourself and not being consumed about relationships. Despite Libra being about relationships and partnerships, you don't want to lose yourself within that. So hand in hand in that aspect for both sides. If you're learning more about your finances, don't get lost in that and blame yourself. You are still learning to have a better relationship with money, so allow yourself to have that. And then if you do have a healthy relationship with money, but you're gaining more momentum with your clients and things like that, make sure that you're not losing yourself in that. Make sure that you're not putting yourself as this I just got like, in order for me to be a good in order for me to be a good consultant, coach, whatever your title is, to where you're gaining more clients, don't have that be the main factor on that indicating that you're good at your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an indication that you are good, that the fact that you got your clients, don't lose yourself within that, because money, again, is just money. And it will always come to you in different forms of abundance if you allow it. So if you allow yourself to receive it in a different way, or constantly being received, you won't be so consumed about, I don't have it, or I have to have more clients in order for me to survive. And is my energy as a coach right? Because I'm not really seeing that I'm connecting in that way. So just try to see it from a different point of view, from that point, or from that point, blah, blah. Try to look at it from a different point of view is what I'm trying to say, family. The last thing I do just want to say is shuffle the cards for one last energy, and we're going to utilize the Golden Tarot just to get one final message for you. And then we're going to wrap up your guys' collective reading. as I'm shuffling this deck, I do just want to advise of you guys that I am a feminine coach and coaching is available. You just got to click the link down below to either book your free consultation, or if you would just like to see any more of my socials as a coach, I will make sure to leave those things at the bottom. I also just want to say that with this month of August, there's a lot of new energies. So shout out to all my Virgos on happy birthday to you, because your birthday is coming up really quickly. And I also just want to say that if you haven't already, please make sure you are following me on other social medias, where our YouTube channel, we do more of the lifestyle, of the cooking. And then we also have the TikTok that has more of the up-to-date kind of fun things in regards to spirituality and how to connect and things like that. So for the last card for you, for my collective, the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Underneath that, we have the Six of Wands. And then underneath that, we have the Ten of Wands. There is a lot of barriers that you are removing, that you're saying, I no longer want to hold, I no longer want to accept, I no longer want to have in my vicinity. If that is indeed the case, then you are going to win out of this, because you do have the Six of Wands coming right after that. And the Six of Wands is success. It is you being able to carry yourself in a way that has allowed you to be free, but also know that you are accomplishing a lot of things that you set your mind to. With the Temperance being at the bottom here, Temperance is all about duality and you feeling grounded. And then you also feeling that emotional and spiritual, mental connectedness within yourself. As I'm saying this on the clock, it says 555. So that is going to be for somebody, which 5 is all about change. And we've been talking about change a lot. So if you haven't been, taking care of yourself, please get some rest, ground, meditate, drink your water. Make sure that you are connecting to your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, spirit council, whoever, however you see them. Make sure you're allowing yourself to really connect on that. And if there's something that's not resonating with you, that's in a non-equal balance, this is where you need to figure out that sense of, this is what's more important and this is what's not important. The card that came out for you is the Six of Cups. So not only did you get the Six of Pentacles, but you also got the Six of Cups. There is this beautiful energy that you guys are entering in as this full moon in Aquarius, of you really tapping into your own energy. You tapping into your own energy really allows you to not only create a new foundation for you, but it also allows you to heal that inner child, that inner teen, the person right now, or even just like your higher self healing you in this current reality, in this present moment. It's a duality of like this mutual benefit of emotional connection and this financial, abundant, foundational establishment that you're trying to build. So it's very beautiful. So to all my family who is watching this on either the podcast or on YouTube, I truly hope you enjoyed this reading for you guys, as well as the energy of the Aquarius full moon. Again, if you have any questions or want to reach out, or just to see me on other social media platforms, please make sure you click the links down below. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out with me for this good hour. I truly hope that this reading and energy forecast for you in regards to this full moon in Aquarius really does help you understand your energy and how you have the power to really change a lot. You just got to allow that change in. So thanks for listening. I'm wishing you guys so much love and light, and take care.